this is a typical and classic way that the grooming happens. Okay? Because you see people that are like celebrities, and then people that are like friends with those celebrities or around them, and you're like, and some of these people are mentioned in these files as being into some pretty sick and twisted stuff, and not just in these files, but like the Diddy thing or whatever. And you're like, but how could they have gone on like along with this? Like, wouldn't you have known? Well, I always answer that question with this. Nobody is ever just like, oh, hey, come to the Satan worshiping party where we're going to be eating, you know what? That's not how that works. Okay? It doesn't work like that, because then they would not have any recruits into their secret club. Okay? If they just came out the gate like that. That's not how it works. It starts with grooming, and the grooming is on every level, because that is the nature of that darkness, is service to self. So whoever's at the top of that dark food chain, and that is a pun intended, they feed off of recruiting, people into that then are like ritualistically indebted to them. When I was living in LA, I remember there was a grocery store I used to go to all the time. This is a million years ago, but they had really good like organic food, and they had a great salad bar. And I was wearing a turquoise shirt that had it was like a kind of like, looked like an East Indian shirt, kind of hippie like, right? And I liked the shirt a lot. It was nice. It was in the summer or whatever. And there was always like, famous people in that grocery store. I personally am never like starstruck, so it wasn't a big deal to me. But there was this chick that approached me, and she's an actress. And she was like wearing a very similar shirt. She strikes up a conversation with me like, oh my gosh, we're wearing the same shirt and blah, blah, blah. And, small talk. And then, like, I said a word that I was, like, kind of being funny. And I said a word, and she goes, oh my gosh, that's so weird that I heard that exact phrase being used, like, earlier today. Oh my God, that's so synchronistic. So they, like, the way this person was trying to do this with me was trying to create false synchronicity. Trying to create a bond between us that was not real. Okay? I immediately was like, I think this is crazy. Okay? Like in my head, but I'm like, I don't know what she is seeing that I'm not seeing. But she was all about me. Like all about me. And I recognized her. I was like, I think she's an actress, but like, I just didn't know. And she's like, can I get your phone number? Can I get blah, blah, blah? And I was like, yeah, I guess. And I was totally like never going to pick up the phone. I wrote a very hilarious blog eons ago that ended up getting me several writing gigs because it was that funny. And I entitled the blog Crazy Sandwich, because that's what I referred to this actress as. But when I tell you that, like, this chick was so determined to make me her friend, that at a certain point I kind of felt sorry for her.
Hold up. This lady explains the process of grooming in Hollywood, and the reason she can explain it so good is because she is a victim. Yes, in her words, it happened to her. So I want you guys to listen to her full story. I want you guys to watch the full video, and I want you guys to listen thoroughly, because this is something that is happening every single day around us. It is happening to young boys. It is happening to young girls. And it is so messed up that some innocent children's lives get completely messed up and completely crazy because of some disgusting adults, some disgusting predators, right? So I want you guys to listen to the full video once again, and I want you guys to listen thoroughly. Also remember to drop a like and subscribe, show some love. Drop a like and subscribe, show some love. But I'm gonna shut up and stop my talking. Watch the full video.
Because I was like, God, I'm just like I did not care. So one night she invites me to this house in the Hollywood Hills. She's like, yeah, we can just hang out and get to know one another. And I was like, my gut feeling was like, I don't know, dude. This is kind of... So the whole night was like, before the major thing happened, was like, she wanted to go out and get something to eat. But she was like frantic, and she was like, you have to go in and get my food. She had ordered food from like 10 different places. And I was like, what the hell? And she was like binge eating. Like, I watched this go down so much food that I was like, what in the... She's like, you can't tell anybody. It was like she had not been fed, okay, in a while. And she kept saying, like, if my housemate, well, he owns the house, but he's also a producer and everything. If he sees that I'm eating this much, like, I'm gonna get like... I'm never going to be able to leave again. Like, she was a prisoner in this home. And she was trying to recruit me, and I'm not joking, to literally be like her slave and to do all of her things for her. Like, when we got back to the house, she's like, well, you know that you never can leave here. And I was like, please watch me leave. This is the United States of America. Eat all of it. Like, I am out of here. Like, and this got crazy. She was talking about how, like, she's like having a complete psychological break, saying like, don't you understand I have a perfect face? Do you not understand that I have a perfect face? You have no idea, because you don't have a perfect face, and you don't know what it's like. You don't know what they do to you when you have a perfect face.
No, I want to stick a pin, because what I also want to point out is that some of these persons who are doing the recruiting, some of them are actually doing it because they have to do it. Some of them are literally prisoners, and it sort of seems like they get points, or they may get some, more free time, or more time to enjoy themselves, or more time to just be free rather than a complete prisoner. So some of them that are doing the recruiting, they have to do it. They have to do it, and maybe if they do not do it, well, their life end up worse. So it's not that some of the persons who are doing the recruiting, they love it and they're predators and all of that, but some of them that are doing it actually got no other choice. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. So I really hope you guys are still listening, because this one is crazy, man. This one is crazy. That's really all I have to say. Continue to listen, and continue to listen to her full story, because she's not finished, man. She is definitely not finished.
She was an orphan that had been brought over from what is now the Czech Republic back in the day, and yeah. And she was telling me all that. That was one of the things that we were talking about, because I'm like, well, yeah, I'm an adopted kid too, blah, 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 very different. And anyway, there was a room in that house in the Hollywood Hills where it was all really horrible, like giant wall covering photographs of her being like and whatever, and she was like calling it art, and I was like, that doesn't look like art, that looks like you're being abused. And she's like, I'm not. Like, I mean, she was insane. Yeah, she was, I'm trying to really wrap this up because I've only got 10 minutes to say it. The point is that she tried to hold me captive there until this man who was like her handler, she referred to him as that, got back, and then he would determine whether or not I was good enough to stay or go. Well, yours truly was like, F you and the horse you rode in on. Okay? And when I say that I bailed, I'm talking like, I mean, I basically kicked down the door. Yeah. And I ran for probably, I don't know, miles to just like get back to my apartment. And she got in an SUV and was literally chasing me through the city. And I'm not joking. And so that's how it happens. Like, they find you, you're groomed, and like, you know, I literally threw that phone away, lost that phone number. I was like, this, like, I mean, like, and I was like, I don't ever want to run into her again. She's famous.
No, I want you guys to let me know right now if you guys believe her story or not. But honestly, I believe it. I believe it. But, the crazy part that she said, when she bailed and she kicked down the door, she started to run and, the girl chased after her, in the SUV. And what was interesting is that you can tell that the woman who, basically brought her to the house and all of that, she had no choice. She had no choice because, as she said, her handler, he was the one who gets to decide, but you can tell that that was her job. And if she did not do her job, she would be in worse situation, as I said earlier. So a lot of them don't got any freaking choice. They literally don't got any choice. They got to do what they got. They have to do what is laid out for them. And if they don't do it, they're gonna be in a lot of terrible situation. While you do have some persons out there that they love it. They love to be the predator. They love to be that disgusting person that goes out and get young girls and young boys, just like Gaineswell, right? She was one of the person who went out and sourced the children for Jeffrey Epstein, right? So you can take her for example. So you do have some that they love to do it. That's what they want to do. And you do have some that they got no other choice, which is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. But this one, when I hear these stories, man, it always just makes me wonder how many persons who didn't get the chance to escape and didn't get the chance to see life through another perspective. And, the only thing that they saw was them being captives, and if they even made it out alive. And even for the ones that are still in those captives, that are still bound to those chains, like, sometimes I just imagine how their life is, what they're seeing, what they're thinking. Because I want you guys to understand that when you are a captive and you only can do what is laid out to you, you're a prisoner. Like, it messes with the brain, it messes with the mind. Yes, you can start to become used to it, but obviously no one wants that life. No one wants to be captive and used and abused and all of those stuff. No one wants that life. So when I hear these stories, I always think about those persons that never got the chance to escape. And even the persons that escape it, yes, it's amazing that they escaped it, but it would always mess them up. It will take a great while for them to actually get over that past, right? So it completely messes with a person's entire life. I want you guys to understand that. But as I said, I want you guys to let me know your thoughts and perspective on this woman's story. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comment section. Remember to drop a like and subscribe, as it helps out a lot and it will be greatly appreciated. I want to say thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you guys so much for watching. It is the bro Premium Celeb, and as usual, I'm out.